Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing? Welcome back here to another football recap video here. So I'm doing my recap here of the England and the Croatia game. So what can I say about this game, man? I was kind of generally disappointed in the first half with this game because I thought this game was going to be a lot more entertaining. I thought it was going to be one of those games, it's going to be a very interesting back and forth game. And of course, I thought this was going to be one of those games where England were going to get a massive win over Croatia. But for the most part, England, in the first half, they didn't really do much. I feel like, I feel like in the first half, it was kind of like just a big stalemate. Yeah, I feel like it was like a big just back and forth action in the first half. But second half was way better though. Like, I'll admit, England, they looked way better in the second half compared to the first half, because in the first half, I'll admit, Croatia, they simply defended. Like, that's all Croatia did in the first half. But I mean, one thing I didn't get about this game is why was Rashford not starting in this game. Like, I really feel like Rashford should have been part of England's starting 11, because I think it was kind of dumb for Southgate to not include Rashford in the starting 11, and especially Sancho. Like, this was a great win for England, but I think it was kind of a sloppy win for a sec, because England, if they want to make it far at the Euros, they got to start Jadon Sancho, and they got to start Rashford. I mean, no excuses. Rashford, I don't know why he didn't start, but hey, what's going on, Lori? How you doing? Welcome to my stream here. So, yeah, that's all I can say about England and Croatia's performance in the first half. Is England, they were testing Croatia's back four in the first half, but I mean, nothing much came of it in the first half. But in the second half, England, they looked like a much better composed team. But it's like, I feel like that maybe at times Croatia, because I'll make, what I saw from Croatia today was a pretty average performance, But I mean, I thought that Croatia were going to like also get a goal in this game. But Modric, he had a pretty decent game for Croatia, I feel like. But the rest of Croatia's team, man, didn't really play at a top football. But I mean, they lost most of their key players already due to retirement from their squad, so that probably explains why Croatia, weren't able to get any goals today. But I kind of like what I saw from them. At times Croatia, they looked a bit dangerous at times. They Modric, he made some really great passes in this game, but I just feel like that in this game, man, England, they absolutely could have done better. Let me just put it that way, because I still think that England will maybe finish it in the top four. But I mean, for the next game, Southgate, you got to start Sancho and you got to start Rashford. Like, no excuses for not starting Sancho or Rashford. Like, I don't get why. Sterling, he finally got a G today for England, So, big game for Sterling today. Sterling had a pretty decent England game. That run and then that goal inside the box was really well planned out, I feel like. And for me, man, the match today would probably have to be Phillips, because Gareth Southgate, he got his tactics right today, but I kind of think it was kind of messed up that that Sancho and Rashford weren't starting today, because, man, Sancho should have been playing this game. Like, maybe unless, he's going to use him in, like, the later games. Like, you got to start Sancho in one of these games. Like, no excuses for not starting Sancho. It's ridiculous that he wasn't starting, but hey, I give it up to Gareth, man. He got his tactics right, and that's what matters in this game is, if you can get your tactics right, then you're going to be golden. And, yeah. So that's all I can say about this England game today, man. Incredible win for them, man. What a way for England to get a win. So I'm gonna go to Reddit right now and let's see what people have to say on the soccer subreddit, because I can imagine that people there are probably also wondering, like, why was Sancho not playing. But Sterling looked really good today. I was impressed with Sterling's performance. I feel like he should have made it. It should have been 2-0 for England, I feel like, because the only downside about Sterling's performance was that second finish was pretty average. Like, I thought he was going to square it off to Harry Kane, but hey, tonight that was a pretty commendable performance by England. That's all I have to say. Pretty commendable. And what can I say, man? I'm surprised that England didn't win this game by more than 3 goals, because that's what I thought it was going to be, because Croatia's football team, I do think they're still going to make it out of the group stage, but, you know, but I still think that Croatia will maybe get somewhere. Well, as long as they got Modric, because once Modric retires from Croatia, then I think that's when, because I still think Croatia might be in contention, you know, as long as Modric is there. But once he retires from Croatia, then I don't know what to say, whether Croatia are going to experience a decline, because Croatia, they kind of haven't been the same team ever since they got knocked out. What's going on, Joe? How you doing? Yeah, if England if England can be clinical finishers, then I can definitely imagine them winning the Euros. But I mean, the question is, how will they fare off against the top teams? Because, you know, I think this is a very easy group stage for England, so can't wait to see. So I think it's going to determine whether or not England can get the job done against, you know, teams like Portugal, Germany, France. You know, that's what's going to determine the true character of this England team. Because, yeah, it's very easy to say when, you know, they got a pretty easy schedule. But, I mean, I wouldn't fall for the hype yet if I were an England fan. No offense, but, I mean, all that matters is now that if you do win the group, all that is going to matter is how well you fare off against the top European teams. So, I mean, that's just me. That's just the way how I see it. But, I mean, we can beat France. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's a very tough question, man, because France, I feel like, have the better overall squad compared to England. But, I mean, England today, hey, I give it up to him, man. They gave off a very respectable performance, especially from Sterling. You know, and I really wish people would give Sterling some more credit, because let's be honest here. Sterling, he looked really good today. He looked absolutely solid and clinical on the ball, especially, you know, with his runs. Like, his runs were absolutely just a breathtaking and pretty crazy. I know, that's the thing. England should have won this game by more than 3 goals, but it's just, I just don't get why Southgate was so reluctant to start Sancho and Rashford, because this definitely would have been a 3-goal game for England had Sancho and Rashford been playing, because I feel like at times that maybe the England players, because, you know, England have very fast players, and, like, I think Sancho, Rashford, and Sterling, they're the fastest England players on the squad. And if they're starting together in the starting 11, then Croatia's defense, man, it's just, there is no way Croatia are going to be able to hold its ground against a front attack like that. But yeah, Calvin Phillips, man, he single-handedly carried this England team, you know, because I've seen his performances. You know, he was all over the pitch today. But I don't know what happened to Harry Kane, because Harry Kane, he didn't score today. But hey, England, man, this was a great way for him to start off the year. For him to start off the Euros with a very impressive, commendable win. But all that matters is, you know, whether they're going to be able to be consistent on their finishing, because that's what I think maybe was the only reason why England won this game 1-0. Because first half kind of put me to sleep, if I'm being honest here. Second half, I liked it way better. Seriously, second half was just absolutely flawless, breathtaking performance from England. And Calvin Phillips today, man, we got to talk about him, because this guy had a heck of a game today. Seriously, especially as a midfield, like, he just looks like he was, you know, he just looks like freaking, he looked like, what, he played as good as, I think Modric did today, you know. He had just a freaking incredible game, man. That dude was just the ultimate playmaker today. And if he keeps this up, then he's definitely going to go to a top 6 Prem League club. All right, Joe. Thank you for coming to my stream. Hope you enjoyed me talking here. But, I mean, without a doubt, man of the match for England, Calvin Phillips, incredible performance today. Seriously, he just balled out. And I do think that if he continues his performances, he definitely deserves to play for a top 6 Prem League club. I can imagine Chelsea going after him already if he just keeps up with his top performances at the tournament. So, pretty nice way for England to finally get a win against Croatia. And the England-Scotland game is going to be super lit. Can't wait to see that game. But as for Croatia, without Mandzukic today, man, Croatia just looked pretty average. Like, that's the only way that I can describe Croatia's performance, is that they looked pretty being average. Like, I mean, Croatia didn't have a very solid striker like how Mandzukic, because, you know, Mandzukic retired, and I do think that Croatia that a lot of, because a lot after the World Cup, a lot of the Croatia players retired, and I think that played that left a very big impact on Croatia's football team. Like, I feel like the only player that showed up today for Croatia was probably Luka Modric. Like, Luka Modric was the only reason why I think Croatia did not completely lose this game by more than 3 goals, because if Modric wasn't playing, I guarantee you England would have just had a cakewalk today against Croatia. Just because, I mean, I kind of wasn't impressed with Croatia's performance. I feel like Croatia just looked very, very lost at times on the ball. And, I mean, their defense played well inside the first half, you know, to limit England's ability to do damage. But it's still, man, I think they could have just done a way better job, you know. They could have made more runs inside the box. But Calvin Phillips, yeah, remember that name. I didn't even know who he was until today, man. And I gotta admit, I was impressed with the dude's performance. Like, the guy just looked like a complete playmaker today, you know, with his passing, with his runs, with just his dictating flow of the game. Like, I don't know how they were able to scout for this guy, but he just gave off a flippin' crazy performance, man. And if only like, I'm just hoping the next game Southgate is gonna start Sancho and maybe Sterling, or bring him on as a substitution. Like, I feel like maybe Rashford could have come on as a substitution, because I noticed he was getting ready to come on to the pitch, but looks like that Gareth chose not to bring him in. But I mean, hey, for once, Gareth Southgate, he got his tactics right. And the question right now is he going to be able to continue to get his tactics right for the rest of the tournament, you know, because, yeah, all the hype is there, but it's only one game, so that's that. But, hey, I liked what I saw today from England, man. Absolutely damn good performance. Their defense played really well, too. You know, but in the dying seconds of the game, I feel like maybe at times England's defense showed a bit of lackluster, but because Croatia, they were pushing for that equalizer in this game. They were, but they couldn't finish it, and, you know, England, they held on for the win. So 1-0 win today for the 3 Lions. And I noticed that a lot of people in the subreddit here are praising Phillips and Sterling. I mean, hey, they deserve the praise finally. Because Sterling today, man, he could have scored a brace. I really feel like Sterling was on track to scoring a brace, but it's just that finish at the end. He could have just either squared it off to Kane or something, but that Leeds player, man, he deserves to play for a top 6 Premier League club, like, seriously. But I just think that right now, we should hold on to the hype, because, like I said before, man, it's only one game, guys. It's only one game, but England, I think they're definitely going to win all 3 games here in their group stage, so they got 2 more games to go. Are they playing Scotland next? I don't know who England are playing next, but I forgot who they're also playing in the group stage. They're playing the Czech Republic. All right, so this Friday, they're going to be going against rival Scotland. Oh, man, that game, the scenes in that game are going to be super lit. Like, I just can't imagine the freaking scenes in that Scotland game, man. That game is probably going to be one to watch. I definitely don't want to miss that game. The England-Scotland game, man, I have to be there for that freaking game, because, man, rivalry games are always fun to watch. The last England-Scotland game I watched was in the World Cup qualifiers, and it was a really good game. Like, last time I watched England and Scotland played, they just gave off a very incredible performance. Seriously. Like, that was one of the craziest World Cup qualifying games I feel like I've ever seen, you know. But hey, what else can I say about this game today, man? Great performance from England, and I think that's gonna be here with the video, because got nothing much else to say. So hope you people enjoyed my little analysis of the game here, and if you did, then simply drop a like button, subscribe to my channel for more football content, and I'll catch y'all in another video. You guys take care. Peace.